Get in there. Watch it. Watch out.
On this camera, follow this one here, pal. Right, then you go, boy, back in.
Understands that also. There's talk of that fight happening now this year, and again, it's talk. You've got two fighters that don't need to fight. Two fighters that really believe they were the best fighters in the world. That have to come to terms with it mentally. Two fighters that you know, we probably want the fight more than they do. So with these two fights,
tensions flared again between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. after Benn pulled out of their upcoming fight. Interestingly, it was Benn who had initially pushed for the rematch, but now he's the one stepping away. Chris Eubank Jr. didn't hold back in his response. He reacted strongly, criticizing Benn and calling him out publicly. Eubank referred to him as inexperienced and claimed he would have easily beaten him if the fight had gone ahead. During the exchange, Benn seemed a bit unsure and hesitant. His body language suggested a lack of confidence, especially compared to Eubank's assertive and composed presence.
Yeah, keep us gonna fuck you up. Yeah, keep us gonna fuck you up. Yeah.
watch what happens.
Yeah, watch what happens. Dead boy walking, yeah? Dead boy walking, yeah? Yeah, you're lucky.
Seems to be shifting focus, bringing up family time instead of staying committed to the fight. While Eubank Jr. appears fully focused and determined, Benn's comments come across as more relaxed, almost as if his priorities have changed. To many fans, it's becoming clearer who's still hungry for the challenge and who might be stepping away from the spotlight.
With 12 weeks of preparation, when you don't do that, you sort of, you know you're going to beat yourself up over it. So I thought, you know, let me have the summer with me and my family, relax, and watch the fight back when I have to, which is when I have to study and sit down with a team.
Jr. was quick to point out what he views as a weakness in Benn, but his message wasn't limited to just one fighter. He also took aim at deeper issues within the sport itself. Positioning himself as someone unafraid to speak out, Eubank is challenging what he sees as dishonesty and a lack of accountability in boxing. Rather than engaging in behind-the-scenes politics, he's presenting himself as someone standing up for fairness and transparency in the ring.
Things they're doing in the sport. No one speaks up. Everyone's too afraid. Oh, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I don't want to lose out on a fight, or I don't want to mess up my money. I don't care. I don't need to be here. So if you do something wrong, I'm going to expose you.
Eddie Hearn acknowledged that Conor Benn may have gone too far, pointing to concerns about his conduct and professionalism. That in itself speaks volumes. When your own promoter struggles to justify your actions, it raises serious questions. As a result, Benn's public image appears to be taking a hit, while Eubank Jr.'s momentum and confidence continue to build.
This guy has zero respect for anything. And I hope people can see through it. Some will, some won't. But if you can't see them, that's a lot of what happened up there was just wrong. So listen, we go to work and we're in to win the fight. It's going to be different.
This is where the situation got serious. Dave Coldwell made a key observation. Friendly banter is one thing, but once physical contact happens, it becomes a real conflict. Benn made a mistake by provoking Eubank Jr., who made it clear he won't tolerate disrespect. The moment Benn touched Eubank's face was the turning point. Coldwell and the fans alike recognized the tension had escalated beyond normal pre-fight drama. At this stage, it's no longer just hype. It's a grudge match. In fights like these, mental strength often plays a bigger role than skill alone. Eubank Jr. seems to thrive under that pressure, while Benn appears less composed. The boundary was crossed, and from here, things can only get more intense.
I'm not surprised.
Does that cross the line, do you think?
Yeah, it does. Listen, the presser was good. It was a great presser, back and forth, poking each other, but not too far. But once you get physical and you touch around fit.
Smith offered a broadcaster's perspective, and he made a strong point. Boxing isn't a graceful sport. It's intense, chaotic, and fueled by emotion. While actions like shoving or grabbing a face at a press event aren't ideal, they have definitely intensified the rivalry. The increased tension has captured more attention, making headlines and drawing louder reactions from fans. While Benn might see this as playing games, it has actually given Eubank Jr. extra motivation. The hype is reaching a wider audience, with even casual fans curious to see how far Eubank will go to prove himself. What was supposed to be a routine face-off has turned into a major talking point, and that spotlight is working in Chris's favor.
For the casual fans, do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger. And
Tony Bellu's comments were direct, but they're worth examining. While he acknowledged that Benn might have a technical edge, boxing isn't just about clean skills. It's also about heart, resilience, and fighting through tough moments. Eubank Jr. has consistently shown that he stays strong under pressure. Benn may look impressive on paper, but the real test comes under the spotlight, facing a stronger, more mentally tough opponent. That's when technique can falter and determination takes over. While Bellew might question Eubank's status as a masterful boxer, the results speak for themselves. Chris continues to stand tall, while Benn seems to be searching for excuses.
A far better fighter than Chris Eubank Jr. is a boxer, technically. Yeah. And that's the problem that Chris Eubank Jr. is having. He's got this thing in his mind, he's a masterful boxer. No, you're not. I'm sorry, no, you're not.
Tony Bellew acknowledged the scale of this fight is unparalleled. While he may offer criticism, he can't deny the significance of what's unfolding. This isn't just a boxing match anymore. It's become a cultural event and a rivalry that has captured the nation's attention. Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. has grown personal, public, and intense. Each shove, insult, and cancellation has only raised the stakes. With pressure mounting, Benn appears to be struggling, while Eubank seems to thrive under the challenge. This is the kind of fight that can define careers and be remembered for years. Regardless of the outcome, Eubank Jr. has already shown remarkable fearlessness. Benn still has a lot to prove, and in the court of public opinion, that matters most.
I think this fight's just gone to another toll.
It's absolutely grabbed the public interest now to another level, isn't it?
This is quite simply the biggest fight this country's ever.
Conor Benn's comments came off as emotional and impulsive. He admitted he was thinking about violence rather than tactics. That kind of heat can play badly against experienced opponents. Fighters who act on anger often lose their composure, and Chris Eubank Jr. has a reputation for staying calm under pressure and capitalizing on mistakes. Benn's focus on rage suggests he may lack a clear, disciplined game plan, while Eubank appears composed and battle-tested. In a matchup of emotion versus control, discipline usually wins.
Of emotions on the fight. You know, so for me it was like, going into the fight, that was my aim, was to hurt him.
Right.
And I hurt him. And that was my plan. That's, I'm not going in there to
Nelson's perspective was interesting, but felt a bit tough on Eubank Jr. He pointed out that Chris's legs seemed heavy and stiff in one fight. But that was just a single performance, not a career trend. Eubank has proven he can adapt and improve when it matters most. Nelson also acknowledged Benn's progress, but questioned the level of opponents he's faced. Benn's improvement means little until he's tested against elite fighters, and Eubank is exactly that challenge. While Benn's fans hope for a different outcome, history suggests pressure tends to expose him, while it motivates Eubank. Nelson predicted a long, tough fight, but the atmosphere feels different this time. Eubank approaches this bout as a legacy-defining battle, while Benn seems burdened by excuses. That mindset difference heavily favors Eubank, whose resilience often outmatches Benn's perceived improvements.
I do see improvement there for Conor, and I do think the results will be different the other way around in the next fight. I think it'll go the distance a lot.
Barry Jones was straightforward in his assessment. This fight will be tough for both fighters, but Eubank Jr. remains the clear favorite. Their first encounter was intense, yet Chris appeared more experienced and composed amidst the chaos. Jones pointed out that only a rare, unexpected punch could shift the momentum, highlighting just how durable and resilient Eubank is. This isn't bias, but a reflection of reality. Fighters like Chris are built to endure grueling battles, showing toughness, stamina, and determination. Jones emphasized there will be no easy victories or shortcuts. This fight promises to be another demanding challenge. When the competition is this fierce, It's natural to favor the fighter who's proven himself under pressure. That's why Eubank Jr. is still seen as the front runner, while Benn faces a tough uphill climb. With legacy on the line, Eubank seems better equipped to carry that burden.
Only harm him, because that was a hard fight the first one. This one will be another hard fight, whoever wins, unless there's a real freak occurrence, not a freak occurrence, unless someone gets caught with the shot really early, then it's going to be a hard night, which you still have to make Eubank the favourite again, like I did the first time. I mean,
this fight is about much more than headlines. It's about pride, legacy, and who truly rules British boxing. If Chris Eubank Jr. wins, he'll solidify his place as the man who defeated Conor Benn twice, leaving no room for excuses. But if Benn pulls off a surprise, it changes everything and finally earns him the respect he's been chasing. The real question is, who has the stronger mindset? Benn speaks with anger, while Eubank carries himself with calm confidence. One fights with emotion, the other fights for history. That difference could decide it all. Fans feel the tension. Experts sense the stakes. This showdown feels like destiny. So who are you rooting for? The relentless Chris Eubank Jr. or can Conor Benn shock the world?